boy is cracking an Alani Nu back here. Normally, I have a cup of coffee. I ease into the Alani Nu, but today, a little sleepy. We're just jumping right into the Alani.
Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, let me clean out the text message. Okay, good people. What to do with yesterday? How was the interview?
It was great. Pat Kelsey was great. Came on. Might have tipped his hand a little bit about a potential foreign tour. Gave some updates.
He tipped his hand about the potential foreign tour.
A little bit.
It's funny. That was what I was talking about yesterday. Like, I don't quite know if.
I mean, it's like the worst kept secret. Everyone knows about it.
Right.
Like Louisville Sports Live tweeted about it, and I think Jeff Walls, Pat Kelsey, and Jeff Brom all liked the tweet. So it's not exactly like they're like, oh no, like it's. We'll see. I mean, there's going to be a foreign tour.
How many radio hosts does it take to figure out what yellow and blue?
No, that was bad. Yellow and blue is green. I apologize. I knew that. I know my secondary colors.
Texas said that I tuned into kindergarten art class.
Yeah.
Well, listen. This is what's wrong with people. They think they know everything. And if I would have told you what color is this going, when I combine blueberries and yellow pineapples, what color is the juice going to come out? And you know what they would have said? Green or whatever. They would not have said this color.
Yeah, it's not orange.
You would not have said orange.
Yellow and blue should not make orange. That is bright ass orange.
And everybody on the YouTube channels, you can see right now, go to Made for the Ville on the YouTube channel, go to my Twitter. You tell me when yellow and blue makes an orange, and then somebody, well, that's better than you.
Is there anything else in that juice?
I'm giving y'all voices. They were probably nice guys making jokes, and I'm just giving them terrible voices. What'd you say, Nick?
Is there anything else in that juice? It's really just pineapple and blueberry? Just pineapple and blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that it makes an orange color. That is super orange.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Oh, sorry. We have to just do this really quick. Willie Mays dies at 93.
Say hey, kid. Rest in peace.
Legendary, everything. It's funny they still got footage, and he was like 55 at the time. He was still pulling LeBron numbers.
Still balling, yeah.
Yeah, right.
What's the old saying?
I'd have been pissed about that one too.
Oh gosh, yeah. 2/3 of the country's covered in water. The other third's covered by Willie Mays. Isn't that what the old saying was?
I have heard the OGs say that, but gosh darn it! And all my OGs, they talk in reverence, but it's like if you don't see it with your own two eyes, and you have to learn about it from the OGs, it's just like, well, his arm's not like. I just want to. Why do I like irritating OGs over the greatest of all time argument?
Because you're a sports radio host. It's in your DNA. Especially like modern sports radio is all about embrace debate.
I think it's in my DNA, and I don't like to bring it to radio. I think it's my DNA off the air. I like saying, oh, so who's my guy? Who's my guy with the cannon arm? For I don't even think he's in the league anymore. Cannon arm, Dodgers.
Oh, Yasiel Puig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, imagine me going at the OGs like, Yasiel Puig arm has got to be 10 times better than Willie Mays. Willie Mays ain't even that big. I mean, are you by the way, have you seen that the Japanese kid?
Shohei Ohtani?
No, there's a dude with an arm. It's like, y'all don't know about this kid. There's a Japanese dude.
There's a new Japanese star.
Oh my God.
Because Shohei Ohtani's got a cannon too.
Does anybody know who I'm talking about? He's like the mixtape. He's like the base. He is the outfield mixtape king, Nikki.
Just with like all kinds of outfield assists.
Yeah, his highlights from the outfield.
Chusei Manami? Is that it?
I think so.
Might have the strongest arm ever.
Yes. If you look at those videos, that kid, I would pay money to go see him Listen, even if it's out and nobody's on base, I just want you to throw it to home plate because all these fans. Also known as yes. Big throws that will remind you of Ichiro or Roberto Clemente. But who exactly is he, and will he be in the MLB one day? Nami is just 24 years old. His dad is from the DRC and his mom is Japanese. He grew up in Japan and has been playing for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters.
God.
He's already been named an All-Star and won a Golden Glove last year. But is he a potential MLB player? Well, he's already widely considered one of the best fielders they've ever seen in Japan. And while he's not an elite hitter, he has a lot of pop, so there's a lot of room for him to grow as a hitter. So yeah, there are many scouts who think he can be a great player in the MLB.
This throw he makes,
he has multiple. Like I said,
it's from the warning track in right field, and he guns the dude by a half a step at third base.
Listen, I don't want to challenge the size of the stadium or anything like that because okay. Okay.
That was a hell of a throw.
Texters, I appreciate you listening. I do appreciate that. Like I said, the juice was surprising with the different color. I shouldn't even make me think about it. It is delicious. It's still a part of the health journey. We keep that going. TBT. I want to get the big, kind of get the ancillary conversations again. Rest in peace, Willie Mays. TBT. The seeding is being released in 1 week. Are they doing too much for having a seeding selection show thing?
I mean,
it's like TBT guys, come on, you got no regular season.
We're right at the cusp.
Are you just looking at the names that's on the and if you see I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, guys. Okay. The image of the guys that are in charge of the seating. I know, Marcus, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but even in school, they made us cover our books. And and these two dudes that are doing the bracketology for the TBT, I'm just like, come on, guys. But yeah, seating Wednesday, June 26th, I believe. Pascal Siakam signs a 4-year, $189 million max deal. Boy, if you get it right in the playoffs.
Yeah, seriously, you're getting paid.
My goodness.
I would love to see a stat of like the 5 biggest post-season paydays in the NBA.
Oh,
you know, like somebody like compare it to like, they averaged a certain number.
But just popped. Like,
I wonder if like you could almost do an algorithm. Like if you can average this amount of money in a contract year on the playoffs, you'll net this much money.
It's funny, man. Like I personally, this is just a phenomenon that I've explored. I'll just put this in people's brains and you can carry it with you. Nikki, when I sit and watch basketball, when I watch pro basketball, listen, the people that's around me, know this to be true. I don't know if it's a theory, but I never hesitate to call it out. Whenever I look at basketball, I don't look at it too much regular season, but when I sit down and watch a game, I feel like I can almost tell who's in contract years in the regular season. And I'll always go, like when I'm watching a game with somebody, I'll look, and I'll say, hey, it's, like I'll ask somebody who might watch more than me. I'll say, hey, is he in a contract year? They're like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I bet. You can see it. Nikki, you can tell by how good their skin looks. I'm serious.
Really?
You can tell a player in a contract year is clean skin. They're getting haircuts. You can just see how wide their eyeballs are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, this is one of those uglier sides of sports, but contract year, they go all out. It's trainer, it's nutritionist, it's sleep. Get your sleep. Like they don't have the bags under their eyes. You can see year 2 of year 5 or 5-year contract. You got bags under the eyes.
They're having a little bit more fun.
Yeah, you can see the ashy skin, so you can just see all these little things. Just you can see it on them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, you go look at Siakam, hey, alert. They're majorly alert. I bet if I did a before and now, that Mike Conley contract changed everything. I bet if you looked at a now and then and get a guy in the second year of a 4-year contract, and then
they look completely different.
Oh my God. It looks like
a before and after on like some sort of like beauty product.
No, you know what it looks like, Nikki? It looks like you always see those videos or those memes that got a before and after of the drinker, a before and after of the meth person and the heroin person.
Yeah.
And then you got the weed person and he's just smiling. He looks exactly
the same, just happier and more relaxed. Yeah.
It's the exact same picture side by side. But listen, it looks like one of those other pictures. Like, I mean, like I said, you can really, really tell the difference. Like I said, it's not everybody, but it stands out a lot. And the tightness, the way they dribble, just like you passing the ball. The guys that are comfortable, it's like dribble, carry. Let me run the plays. Let me go execute the plays. I mean, not saying that everybody's not playing hard.
Yeah, right.
But
there's an extra crispiness.
There's a super extra crispiness with the hardness of the dribble.
Right.
Because you've been working with Ross McMains all summer long.
Right.
You're following him around to go work out with other people so you can be in, if he says, I'm going to be in Sacramento, you fly to Sacramento, you work out with him, blah, blah, blah. You get what you rent, your budget, your personal budget of contract year. It's like, hey, everybody, it's contract year. All the money going into the personal training thing. So none of the family members are happy during contract years, especially in the basketball. Like I want to say the family extensions, the friend extensions. Yeah, right.
It's okay. Sorry.
Not this year.
The entourage might be a little tighter.
Oh my God.
The entourage might be a little tighter this year.
The entourage is 100% shrunk by 75 to 85% easily. Don't get on my nerves. Don't call me after 9:30. Like normally it's 11. Don't call me. Don't ask. You might get cut from the circle for asking me to go out. You might just get cut from the circle because you're wound so tight. But again, he just signed $189 million for 4 years.
Not bad.
Not bad for 1 year for me to be like, don't call me with with anything that may stress me out or disturb my cheat.
Yeah, you kind of have to have that that it's an investment, and it's an investment of time, it's an investment of effort, and sort of an elimination of distractions and negative energy.
God. What is it? The games, Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Hunger Games for the entourage.
Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously. It's like you guys have to fight about it. Who's going to be the most positive influence? Who's not causing me stress?
Listen, that is real. I mean, and listen, everybody in their regular life can kind of relate to it a little bit. If you're one of the type, like if you're in a position where you have to take care of your business, like we have to tighten up this ship. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he's either close, either he's going to try to steal okay, contract year is contract year. That is the serious year, right? Mm-hmm. And those guys are not fun to be around. And they, like I said, but they smile bigger for the camera.
Right.
They keep cleaner for the look. Just all the little things. Yep. and sometimes you'll get that I'm towards the end. You might recognize it towards the end of the year of the penultimate year, I guess. Would that be the year before?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think penultimate.
So. Yeah. If you got a 4-year deal, the penultimate would be the third.
End of the third year, yeah.
Yeah. Towards the end of the third year,
they're already
they're tightening up, you know what I'm saying? Because they're letting everybody know how serious I am going into the off season of my final year.
My contract year.
So, or maybe I can steal an extension without having to play into my
so you don't have to do a whole year of craziness. I just have to
listen. If I, at a 4-year contract, if at the last 2 months of the third year, I just get them nervous, like he's locked in now. If he locks in this summer and goes off, we're gonna have to pay him a supermax.
Right
now, instead of 189, we can give him 3 years, and kind of catch him early, catch him for the 80,
50 or something.
Yeah, catch him for the 88, 3 years, throwing on the last, just something to kind of keep on the radar. But if you wait, you got to get a 189. And here's the problem. Pacers. They haven't felt this in a long time.
Yeah.
So,
they got a tickle in like 2013 with Paul George.
That's 11 years ago.
George Hill. Who else was on that team?
At least 11. If you're a Pacer fan and you experience that New York
rivalry again,
you got to see Reggie and you got to see energy. You got to see New York is turned up. We got the young team ready to go.
We're fighting with Spike Lee again.
If you let these boys just go out of here, because you be like, just the amount of pressure that Siakam put on Indiana by the crowd, by the playoff run, they're like, yeah, we gotta give them that money. And the open market is gonna. What you gonna do? Let Siakam go to New York?
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think. Like he didn't have the best start to the playoffs, but he damn sure had a great
right. That's all. What by the end?
Dude couldn't hit a free throw the first 3 games of the playoffs.
By the end of it, it's like, why are we winning?
Yeah, seriously.
And I'm surprised. I thought he was a little on the back end.
Really?
What? Can you look him up?
Yeah, I don't think he's that old.
What year did he get?
I could be wrong, but I don't think he's that old.
What's old in basketball?
Yeah, that's true.
But a guard's got a younger age. Guards get older quick.
He's 30.
He's 30. I can't believe he got 189 at 30. 4 more years? That puts him at 34?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Does he have a history of injuries though? You know what I'm saying? I think I could be 1,000% wrong.
That'll get you paid too.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't. But listen, you'll be amazed, Nikki. There might be a direct correlation between hamstrings and money.
Yeah, right.
Money makes your hamstrings weak.
Money makes your hamstrings
weak. Money makes your hamstrings weak. Money makes you just have to sit out one day or so, one or 2 extra days. Money makes the load management a little different. This 189, I don't think you're gonna see the same Pascal Siakam. Sorry, Indiana, but you're gonna have to see about this one. You might have paid him a little too early. I'll tell you what.
His injury history doesn't look too bad. Just occasional wear and tear.
That's probably why he got paid. Yeah, just the reliability.
He did miss for conditioning. December 20th, 2001.
Did he get paid that year?
I don't know.
That must have been the second year of his first long term. What year did he get drafted?
He was drafted. Sorry.
And by the way, this wasn't
2016.
His
first round, 27th overall.
Okay, this wasn't necessarily about Pascal Siakam or the NBA. It was just some observations that you got to do because they do lead into sports psychology.
Well, the Pacers are also the most local NBA team.
And they are at least as local as it gets.
What do you know what college you went to?
Pascal Siakam.
You're decent at alma mater.
I am not. It's worse. Like what? What?
I was trying to hype you up.
Everybody knows like my weakness
is alma mater.
It's the names and alma maters. Like that is the Rummage special right there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Pascal
is good
Siakam. He seems like a. Give me the conference at least.
Conference USA.
Ooh. That's now currently Conference USA, or what was back when he came out?
No, it's currently Conference USA.
I have no idea.
The Aggies, New Mexico State. I wouldn't have gotten it either.
Oh,
not at all.
Oh, that was a blow to my ego. Yucks. No, not even close. I'll tell you what, we got to reset this thing and do a real radio show. Quick commercial break, 939 The Ville. Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with a cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At Tri-State Men's Health, we are the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today. They need their ass kicked.
Unless
I don't even want to scroll to look up the reason. I don't care the reason. They spray painted Stonehenge with orange spray paint.
oh god, is this another like Greenpeace bull spit thing?
I don't care who it is.
Like, and look, I'm Nicky the Lip. I believe in science. I believe in the environment. You're not going to find more ardent guy. I try to recycle when I can. No, I totally
listen.
But enough's enough.
If Marcus Maben got put in, I don't care if they're doing a Juneteenth tribute. I will pull the lever myself on somebody who does something like that.
That's just, come on.
That
man.
is just disgusting. They spray painted Stonehenge orange. I mean, oh my, that made me sick.
That's gross.
As I'm coming back from break.
Does it say who it is who claims responsibility?
Just Stop Oil Climate people.
Yeah, so some sort of. But I mean, like, don't they understand that? Like,
oh man,
doing stuff like this is only making them villains.
Golly,
like now,
no, Nikki, they're already villains.
What
they're villains in their soul. If nothing stopped you when somebody said, "Hey, you know what we should do?" It's right. The person who said, "You know what we should do," is a villain. Yeah. He just hasn't been uncovered. He hasn't gotten the Scooby-Doo moment yet.
He hasn't gotten Scooby-Doo.
In his soul and spirit, he is a villain. He is a villain to the core. And the person that didn't say, you know what, you guys, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, right.
If you didn't stop them and you didn't call the police and say, listen, these are my boys, I love them, but you better put some security on this.
Yeah, they're going to do some stupid crap.
They're going to do some stupid stuff. I can't help it. I'm a start the separation. Listen, I'm in the fight the oil change environment team, but I'm gonna start a different chapter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why don't they do?
Yeah, you're all the chapter. Y'all the orange chapter. I'm gonna start.
You could do so much cool stuff with social media and guerrilla marketing right now. It's like a golden age.
Nikki, you can put a stencil. You can literally put a stencil on the ground, on a concrete sidewalk. Wash using the stencil, and it makes like you painted it. It's like reverse painting. You can reverse paint, and it's legal. You can do that up and down street. You can do all.
That's what I'm saying. Because nobody is looking at this and being like, you know what? We should use less oil. Like everyone's looking like, what a bunch of jackasses.
What about all the fluorocarbons you just sprayed in the air?
I was gonna say, yeah, right.
We're just spray paint the CFCs, and
I know we're finally getting the ozone hole a little smaller, and you jackasses are
you remember
becoming the evil you claim to fight against.
You remember when you were younger, they would talk about if you use the aerosol, it would take 20 years to get up to
something like that.
To the ozone layer. You're like, damn. So yeah, really, the damage from 20 years ago would just be getting to the ozone.
So me spraying all that Axe and gym class is just now getting up there.
Right. Well, speaking of the ozone layer, I think it's a good time to take a second to remind everybody that if the ozone layer is actually reducing, that's not the firmament, that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is the company for you. Now, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Speaking of certain levels of entitlement, I got a question for you, Nikki, in particular.
I'm listening. Not
in particular, in general. I shouldn't put that on you, put that evil on you, Bobby. So here's the thing. Have you heard about like I'm not sure, but I think it's the 17 and under USA basketball team.
Okay.
Could you type that in, please? If you're not
17 and under
USA basketball roster. And it has Bryce James on it. And I want you to like that's the name to look for to make sure that's the right one. I'm pretty sure it's 17 and under. It could be 19 under. I think it's 17 and under.
Wait a minute. Are the Boozers on it?
Yes. Okay. So look at
all right.
Look at what names do you recognize?
Aiden and Cameron Boozer.
Okay. So the Carlos Boozer kids.
Yeah.
Okay. You're good.
Let's see here. Jalen Harrelson.
Bryce James. Bryce James. The Boozer. There's an Anthony.
Brandon McCoy.
I think the Anthony kid's on there. Is Carmelo's kid on there? Oh, Arenas. Arenas is on there.
Oh yeah, Elijah Arenas.
Yep.
I don't see Anthony.
Okay.
Elijah Arenas, yeah.
Okay, so
basically Arenas and the Boozers are the only ones that I really.
And Bryce James.
I don't see Bryce James.
Maybe he's later edition.
Yeah. Bryce James isn't listed right now.
Okay. So that got me thinking.
You got a Hawaiian kid.
When you see those rosters, when you see, I'm not gonna make the nepotism Nikki jokes, right? I'm not gonna.
Much obliged.
But do you go nepotism Nikki when you see the sons or daughters of former NBA players? How much in your mind? How much of you just do you discredit them or give them more credit?
No, I probably give them more credit.
Because here's the thing. Is it because of your experience? Hold on. 8150-93.9 is the number. Melo's son too. 3831-93.9. I'm asking Nikki this question. I'm asking the audience this question because it's a question that I struggle with personally when I watch people. And I struggle with it when I listen to people describe my family.
Right.
Because I can't. By the way, podcast. Remind me to talk about the podcast question. You and I, podcast may have gone too far. And I want you to remind me of that
podcast.
Podcasts have gone too far, and my family is personally responsible.
Okay.
Remember that sentence. Podcasts have gone too far, and my family is personally responsible. Okay? So here's the thing. I know when I say, oh, my cousin, I know how it feels when you go oh, that's just good genes.
Mm.
It feels like you've just discredited
Right.
8 hours a day playing basketball.
Yeah, right.
And working on my game for summer after summer after summer. I'm like, genetics? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I walked on my tippy toes for 6 years. You know, but you don't want to disrespect your pops.
Yeah, right.
You didn't get me together. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole nature versus nurture thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, but I want to know, like, what does your brain say when you say, when you say, okay, hey, we got this kid, his name is so-and-so Boozer. Do you go, oh, that's why? Or
I go because I do believe it's both. It's a little nature versus nurture.
Of course.
But I feel like, and a lot of times, you look at, I mean, we say it all the time, when it's like an athletic couple and they make a kid, it's like, oh, that kid's going to be an athlete.
Right.
The mom was like on the U.S. national team of something. And then the dad was like an All-American in football or something, So I do think that, there's certain genetics that play into it, but also the nurture part comes from, I mean, they first off, they're probably working to try to live up to a certain name. There's a certain element of that.
Okay, does that help?
Comes with it. Yes.
Okay.
It can't hurt, but it also, but it helps because you have to, like, there's an old saying, like, those who live up to their name make a new one for themselves.
Okay.
Like, there's that. So there's that aspect. There's also, and this is when the nepotism Nicky comes in. I mean, if your dad's last name is Boozer, chances are you have access to resources that Joe Jablonski doesn't.
Okay. What kind of advantage does the resources give you?
A huge advantage.
Versus disadvantage.
I mean, just being a little radio kid here. Like, maybe you've gotten on me before. I should be way better at this job than I am. And the thing is, I'm decent at the job. But I mean, like, I have access to, because of my dad and because of, the people here at the station. I've got access to every local media outlet. I've got access to national, media outlets and everything like that. And I mean, I'll be lying.
That exposure is a big, so you would say the exposure to
so Carlos Boozer's kids have access to professional level nutritionists, professional level, like coaches to like work them out, professional level facilities.
That feels like that's a hindrance.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Why? Because I want to hear the hindrance
because I have 2 examples, right, that changed my whole thing. Young Marcus Maven, I hated when people had money to go to camp and just go to even the pay camps that were kind of hustly, but you could get on somebody's radar, like you could go to the nicer teams, you could go to the nicer academies, like I don't want to say I hated it, but I had a chip on my shoulder about it, right? Then, when my world changed, sitting down with Troy Escalade Jackson and Cameron Murray. Troy's brother is Mark Jackson. Troy
heard of him before.
Lives in New York City. Troy was an overgrown kid, so he could be around adults and see adult things and do adult things at 13, 14, right? So sometimes he would break it down like, Maven, there's more distraction being his little brother. It's harder to make it in this sport being Mark Jackson's little brother because of the distraction level.
Yeah, but I mean, but if then that's where.
And then Cameron Murray, his older brother is Tracy Murray, who went to UCLA and plays for the Lakers. I'm going to keep this radio show PG-13.
Yeah, I know. I can only imagine the fun that you get in.
You live in a Dawson's Creek neighborhood and you don't even know how to drive for real, but you're taking your big brother's Maserati through the neighborhood to see Tina, who lives around the corner, who listen, in these neighborhoods, there's never parents home.
Oh God, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, in the wealthiest of neighborhoods, you got wings of the house. You got, let's just say, access on top of access on top of, it's easy to not practice, Nikki.
That's fair.
Easy.
But at the same time, but if you got that, and that's where the the nurture comes in. If you have your dad saying, "Yo, you want to play at the next level?
Oh,
this is the path you take.
That's
you
easy
have
to say,
to,
Dad.
yeah, you have to, yeah, no. I mean, that's a
Dad,
good point. That's a really good point.
You didn't have these distractions. Damn it, this money.
No. I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean,
it was just a great perspective on how hard it was for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you have access, but the listen, college distractions take away more great athletes than the competition itself.
That's
in my opinion.
That's a good sentence. I agree.
College distractions ruin more great athletic careers.
Yeah, I could listen to that. I do also think that there's a certain aspect of when, I mean, and it's a cliche that they sometimes use in training montages or in movies or something like that. But when a kid is coming from a bad situation and he's got the pressure of his family, like, I'm the meal ticket to get him out of here. I mean, there is an extra motivation.
It can cause more focus.
Yeah.
Or more.
Chances are his why is a little bit more pressing than, the boozers was.
Right.
And they're already,
right.
have multiple houses they live at.
And even, okay, what do most people that flame out say when they get to the league? They say, I had too much time. I got to the league. I had too much time and too much distraction. You flame out first, second year. College, if you got a drill sergeant,
mm-hmm.
It might save your life. Your drill sergeant coach,
might can keep you on the up and up and make sure that you don't let those distractions.
But
get the best
like
of you.
if you look at how many people don't drink when they go to college, or before they get to college, they're not drinking, they're not smoking, they're not partying. As soon as you get to college, you're away. The distraction is it's more the challenge than the actual on the court. I gotta clear.
No. You could hear that one was lingering for a little while. It needed to.
Thank you, Nikki. Sorry,
it needed to get cleared out. No, 100%.
Yeah, but does that make sense?
No.
To me, I think
just my own college career was the same. It was like the second I got out of the house and had my own place and everything like that, and I had a watered down version of it because I was working multiple jobs and stuff, but still, even then, the amount of debauchery I got into, just being away from home.
Yeah, and again, that's college. Imagine if somebody gave you that kind of access 4 years earlier.
Right.
At 16, you have college level privacy. Like, again, Troy's house, just I'm at Mark's house. He's gone out of town. He's on a flight.
Right.
I'm 16 and I got my older brother's house to myself. Cameron Murray, my brother, he played for UCLA. He played for the Lakers for 10 years, 15 years. We got money.
I got some toys. Yeah.
I got toys. Every single woman within any range of me is a destruction.
Right.
Right. And it's like, like when he would talk to me about that, I was just like,
oh, I bet the stories
he had to say no, or he had to have an adult level of time management that says, okay, that's a professional. He learned how to be a professional really, really early.
Right.
So when you see like the Steph Curry It's like, oh, but again, I know sometimes I see Steph Curry and I say the best thing his situation is when he was on the floor being a ball boy, it made him think it was possible. I think that's the thing. Cameron Maybin talked about it when he came in here. He said, watching you at Louisville and watching you on TV made me believe it was really like a tangible thing. You can really do that. That's not a pipe, you know.
Yeah, right.
So some people, you can't make it. You know, only one in 442 million.
Yeah, right.
Play pro. He's like, nah, my cousin did it.
Yeah, right.
I seen him do. You know, yeah. I went to the game. I hugged him after the game when I was 6. You know, saw him dunk, and you know he was explaining it.
Right.
So I think Steph Curry just being around the environment, I think that.
Well, I also think that
opens the portal
when you have somebody that has done it before. Like they can tell you the path to take and what pitfalls to like avoid. Like, go to this camp. Don't go to that camp.
What pitfall did Bob Valvano tell you to avoid?
He was very real, like with my hockey career, but almost a little too much. Like he very much was like, Nick, you're like, you know, it's club hockey. Like people from Louisville, Kentucky, don't go play for Boston University, like in college hockey. It just is what it is. So because of that, he kind of was like, don't go to this camp. It's a money grab. Don't do this.
Oh, no.
And he wasn't wrong.
Bob.
He wasn't wrong because a lot of my friends went to those camps and we all wound up in the same spot anyway. Like I'd be lining up at a face-off there at Podunk, you know, Tech club team. I'm at Louisville club team, you know, but at the same time.
But you still have to.
The thing is, that was the thing. Like
you have to give him a hard time.
He had a path. He knew the path to get to college because, you know, from coaching, you know, the camps to go to and everything like that. He didn't understand that if I wanted to develop as a player, some of these camps and some of these places, that is what you do. That is like how you develop when you're in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's, you know, there's limited spots, there's limited things, access, you know, then you do have to drive to Cleveland to the Mid-Am camp to get, you know, some development. Right. So that was one of those things whereas if I have a kid, I'll keep it 100 with them. Be like, hey, look, if you stay in Louisville past the age of 16 playing hockey, then you're doing club hockey. You're just know that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, which is fine. Club hockey's FCS football, but just know what you're getting into.
Exposure to ridiculous skill is a thing that I think the pro athletes can provide too. Yeah. Like I can show you suck.
Also true.
I can send you over here and when Gilbert Arenas says he's working with Sky Clark and he had Bronny James and he's just like torturing, you know, he's talking about how Sky Clark was just torturing Bronny James, but it's just like, that's what I kind of learned. I had to learn that by going to Austin Peay campus.
Right.
I had to learn that before when first I played with a 19 under AU team when I was like 15 and got tortured.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. You have to get exposed a little bit.
Did you learn more on getting tortured by superior teams?
Yeah.
That was the best lesson out of like the ridiculous blowout games.
But at the same time, like when you like in hockey, like if we won a 5-minute game against them, you know, they might have beaten us 8-2, blew our doors off, and they probably had the potential to beat us 12-2 if they wanted.
Right.
But they eased on the throttle. They beat us 8-2, but for like a 5-minute period, we played with them.
Right.
And it's like, this is what we could be capable of.
Right.
If we played this competition more often. And, you know, we actually, I mean, there's stories of our hockey team. We had a decent hockey team, but not, you know, I mean, but we had a lot of, like, we had a team show up one time, come out, and they were all dressed. They looked like the bad guys in an 80s movie.
Right.
All dressed in matching sweatpants, you know, no smiles. We're doing like calisthenics.
You can tell they're serious.
Yeah. And I showed up with the cheeseburger 15 minutes before the game. Our goalie was getting high with our starting defenseman. And we scraped them by 7. Like, you know, like we just like, but that was because a lot of us like didn't know or weren't trying. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, wow, if we actually focus up on this, we could be pretty okay.
If Marcus Maben, Sean Marion, and Trent Hassel don't go get the doors blown off by this Memphis team, this is a little team called the Memphis Yellow Jackets, we couldn't get the ball across the half court against these kids. And just full court pressing. They were just running, and they didn't stop. They just ran up the score. And when we went home, it was like when we got out of that van, we kind of looked at each other and went our separate ways, but it was kind of like, we got to get right. You know what I'm saying? If they got dudes out here like this, it took the whole city's, like, we brought that attitude right back to the city. Like, hey, y'all, we all suck.
Oh, yeah. No,
we all suck, y'all.
But it definitely, it'll kind of motivate you going into the off season or whatever, whatever comes next, whether it be the off season or the next tournament. It definitely getting your ass kicked.
We suck.
Yeah.
We're good around here. Hey, y'all are going to have to start playing better. You're like, look, even the people, just the local people in the gym, it's like, y'all got to start practicing more.
Yeah, we need some better iron to sharpen us, man.
Better iron to go ahead. It's top of the hour. We went totally over. I went down that rabbit hole. This is always a fun conversation. Quick commercial break. Of course. Rolling along 939 DeVille.
Holiday World and Splash and Safari, our family loves you. But look, I'm trying to teach my kids there's nothing free in life. And then we get here and there's a lot that's free. Parking, sunscreen, soft drinks. We love water coasters like Mammoth, the new family coaster Good Gravy, and 500 drones lighting up the sky. But the whole ride home, all I hear is... Okay, I guess some things in life are free.
Get tickets today at holidayworld.com.
We are in the thick of summer, and with the hottest days of the year ahead, you're about to find out how strong your cooling system is. And if you find out that it's not ready for the long summer, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now, when you buy a complete Trane system, receive 10 years parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on Trane high-efficiency systems. It's hard to stop a Trane, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. Derby City Steve, what's good? Queen Lady Lachelle, another Brute Enterprise.
Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, Remax Empire, Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
Doesn't it translate that you could have a pro coach come to college that's just a okay pro coach, but understands that the players are the stars and the players are the ones getting maybe more money than you, which is going to happen in college basketball. At some point, there'll be a player or two making more than the head coach at some places. With that skill set, lend itself to coaching the college game.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At Tri-State Men's Health, we are the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Are you looking to upgrade any area of your home or business? Well, don't worry. I have the perfect answer for you, and that is Ebbs & Low Renovations. Decks, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, and basement finishings are some of the many offerings made by this great company. The team recently built a new deck for none other than Drew Diener at his home. Give owner Steve Ebbs a call at 502-471-9700 for any commercial or residential jobs. And talk to Steve Ebbs of Ebbs & Low Renovations.
Hey folks, this is Jason Pierce, General Manager at Deaver Golf Cars of Louisville. You know, these days golf carts are for a golf course, but a golf car from Deaver can go just about anywhere, down at the lake, to the pool, or maybe across the neighborhood to visit friends. Deaver is one of the premier golf car dealers in the country, and when you walk into our Shelbyville Road showroom, you'll see our amazing collection of new and certified reconditioned golf cars, gas cars, lithium electric cars, lifted cars, street style cars, and just about every size and seating configuration you can imagine. At Deaver, we can take care of all your sales, service, parts, accessories, and rental needs. Deaver Golf Cars online at deaverinc.com or visit us at our Middletown showroom at 12330 Shelbyville Road in Middletown, right across from Rumors Restaurant. Come and see us or visit us online at deaverinc.com. That's DEVERINC.com.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial Pound Law on your cell phone. That's Pound 529, offices Louisville.
You can give it to your girl, a share with a squirrel, buy by the case, a party face. Hey, it's our drink of tomorrow. Hey, new kind of taste. Hey, it's our drink of tomorrow. Hey, it's from another place. Crisp, clean, LA.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Sorry, I had to mute on for a long time. Okay, put it this way. The stories on the podcast from the former players are starting to ratchet up a lot. Okay?
Sort of like what's off limits.
I think I just found I found the off limit. Right?
Okay.
And my family. I told you, everybody knows I love my family. And I got a lot of top level athletes in my family. Rashad McCants, my cousin. Again, I own it. My family is personally responsible for the entire North Carolina scandal. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
The entire North Carolina academic cheating scandal was one Rashad McCants.
I did not know that.
Rashad McCants.
I learned something today.
Listen, when I told stories about having to watch after Cameron and Rashad when we went over to the pool, right? They were just little snotty noses.
Yeah.
Like, Marcus, make sure that, come on. Get him oatmeal pie or something,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just that, like I said, he's my second cousin, but, it's Asheville, and he lived over by the pool. By default, I had to, had to be the overseer. Okay, so here's the thing. He is the one who let the cat out of the bag about us not taking real classes.
Okay.
That's him. Like,
so wait, so did he narc or did he just accidentally spill the beans?
He just narked. He just narked.
Oops.
He just narked. He just didn't care. Listen.
Ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, he there may be a little more behind it, but again, frustrated. He was frustrated with Carolina over some stuff, and that's how it happens, and an ex-player, you think you're gonna be in the league forever, and so one or two things don't go right, and he just got to run in his mouth. It's like, no, Rashad, no. He from Carolina, moved out west, and he just got infected with with the limelight or something, right? So Rashad is the one, like I said, who he explained it. Hey, this is what we did. This is what we did. So when the investigation came, he was like, "Yeah, it's true." No.
Oh no.
Okay, so now, Rashad was on with Gilbert Arenas. He had been, kind of a regular guest. Kenya Martin, Gilbert Arenas. So it's getting some traction. So he's getting some traction because he's he's a smart guy. He's funny. He's kind of bold. So it makes it like, let's get him in here. It's crazy, which makes you sought after.
Yeah, right.
He's on this other podcast. Then he starts talking about the players who slept with the coaches' wives.
Oh, yeah.
And the players who was getting each other's girls. And it was just like, I think
we're at the line. Yeah. A man must have a code.
I know, but it's like, okay, is that podcast? Is that where we are with the podcast, the juicy stuff?
I mean, it's getting to the point.
How can you have a code in the podcast game? Who's going to make the rules for the podcast game? And I want to go back to the NIL questions after this. So don't go anywhere. It's not going to be, slop, just in the mud radio. But I just want to say, like, how do you make a restriction on the podcast game?
I mean,
because that's intriguing.
It's 100% intriguing, and that's the thing. As we've,
is it up to the interviewer to cut that off?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's up to the
to
interviewer.
Say, like, don't give names.
And also, like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's almost like a drug. Like,
yes,
when you have the salacious, juicy stuff, you're going to be chasing the high more and more, and so then it's going to be like, okay, what's after this? It's like you went from being like, okay, locker room fights to coaches being D-bags to infidelity to people sleeping with the coach's wife to here are the athletes that I know committed felonies and the statute of limitations hasn't run out yet. So, I mean, you can actually actively arrest these people. I mean, what's next? Like, seriously, what's like, how do you somehow top that, you know, and you talk about people sleeping with each other. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I feel like it's compelling. And the thing is, the other thing is,
which one was worse, people sleeping together or exposing Carolina?
Probably sleeping with each other.
Who's more responsible for NIL culture moving forward, the teams or the media? Quick commercial break. Last commercial break. 939 The Ville.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology.
Dude, see, I don't know, like the sex thing. I'm just sort of like, I mean, it's an academic scandal. There's more people involved by exposing that, and you might have fucked over more people. But you can ruin someone's life over sex. I mean, I get. That's what I'm saying. Like,
from Rico and Seven.
Yeah, like,
commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Rico Pro C7210 graphic print system providing.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's juicy though. I mean, like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but at the same time, if I saw that pop up on my news feed, I might have to be like.
Store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529, offices Louisville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut-rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with a cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
You can give it to your girl, or share with a squirrel. Buy by the case, a pouring face. It's all drink of tomorrow. Hey, new kind of taste. Stop, drink up tomorrow. LA, it's from another place. Crisp, clean, LA.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Intimacy. Those special moments when we're together and deeply connected to the one we love. Truly, there are few times in life as wonderful as these. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and it's the restoration of intimacy that makes me most proud of the work we do in treating erectile dysfunction for our patients. ED is an intimacy destroyer. Research shows that men can draw apart from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The condition causes stress, anxiety, and depression. Even worse, a man's partner can even blame themselves when ED becomes a problem. For us at Tri-State Men's Health, this is unacceptable, because ED is simply a medical condition like any other, and we have many treatment options and treatment combinations that can stop ED in its tracks. In fact, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. So call us and get back those intimate moments. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Line of defense is your roof, so your roof is under attack by Mother Nature or Father Time. You should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Locally owned, operated, will provide free estimates, inspections, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. They'll also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964. Today, also want to give a shout out Derek A. Stewart, all of your home buying and selling realtor needs. Derek A. Stewart, let me give you this number. Area code 502-314-9868 for any questions. Any questions, suggestions, he will have the answer or he will find the answer immediately. Wow, grand slam by Florida. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
7-1. Interesting.
Damn, it's still the bottom of the first?
In the bottom of the first.
Well, the good news is you have the whole game to come back.
Look, now I'm all of a sudden a big fan. Okay, so here's the thing. Texter asked the question. The NIL, the conversation started out with the actual, the NIL. Okay, so here's the thing. I posed the question, kind of rephrased it. Is it about the actual money, making them feel like they've made it? Is it about the people around them, feeling like they're treating them like they've made it, starting to treat you like a professional? Because if you've added something to the family budget or something to that effect, it may change some dynamics of how you stand in the household. Also, the media. What is the media's responsibility to covering NIL? Is it the media's responsibility to remind everybody that it is your name, image, and likeness, or is it the media's responsibility to narrate how their performance on the field or the court? How should here's the thing, the media can control the way a fan digest or can have a big influence on the way a fan digests NIL in college. If you highlight what it's like once the exact numbers start hitting, like right now it's still real cloudy, and then everybody's able to deny or rumor ballpark that's not true.
I was gonna say it's sort of like one of those things where we're still kind of figuring out how to measure. I mean, like On Three is the only one that has the estimated rankings of NIL worth, and they're estimates. We don't know exactly.
Listen, it's still free. It's still, the athlete still has his last modicum of freedom because there's not a public records boom.
Yeah.
You know how they how they've been talking about the university can pay a certain amount to athletes and they're approving those deals? That is the first danger to the impression of pay for play. When you get a number that because listen, a guy can say, who's from, I'm not using our collective as an example, but a guy from a certain collective can leak, hey, this is how much money we raised for this guy. But there's still that area of gray where it goes through, either an agent or it goes to somebody else where you can still deny it.
Right.
But when the school starts being able to pay directly, that's going to be vulnerable to the Freedom of Information Acts.
Right.
And public records requests. This much of that 20 million went to this player right here, and we have it documented.
Yeah, right.
Now,
if they ever implement like a salary cap, we're gonna know exactly.
Listen, once you cannot deny, because listen, I don't care how much money I make. I don't care if I show up in the Bentley coupe. I don't care if you can do the math and say, well, Marcus Maven's Rolex is worth this much, and that Bentley I know is worth this much, and mathematically we estimate. Man, get out of here! All that stuff's rented.
Yeah, right.
That's rented. That's fake. That's anything but anything but when it again. So when it gets control, when it becomes a hard number, the media is going to be, let's go, because that means again the biggest protection of the college athlete has been the name amateurism.
Right.
It's also been the biggest, what do you call it? The biggest enemy.
Adversary.
Yeah, adversary. Yeah, thank you for that. The biggest adversary has been the word amateurism. Right. Keeps you from doing this and that. But it's also the protection from the media, because Marcus is going to come in here flying like Superman when y'all are like, okay, I know how hard it is. I know how hard and distracting, and I know how many pitfalls there are in high-level college sports. Makes me hyper empathetic, for the players, and I'm hyper empathetic for my school, right? So I know how, without some of the resources, I know how good of a job Louisville has done to survive and to do all to thrive, and I get all the difficulties. So the amateurism word, I can always rely on that to say, hey, they're still not getting paid. They're still amateurs. They still got a lot to learn. They're still young.
Right.
I could kind of.
They're just children.
Not quite.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
When I couldn't do that when the Powell scandal came in, because it's like, oh, damn children, 6'8", 270 pounds, just kids, Marcus. No, they weren't. They knew what they were doing. But point being, when the numbers are the numbers, the word amateurism, you're not going to have that protection of amateurism. You're not going to have that media narrative cover of, listen, it's gonna harden the fan. It's going to harden the fan, because if the fan is going to look at the number is going to say, the fan's going to say mortgage. The fan thinks mortgage, rent,
right,
bills, braces, insurance. That's how it's going to get processed to the average fan once they get a hard number.
Right.
All you're doing is playing basketball and going to school. You have right now in your bank account
more than
my
I've had
car
it.
payment.
Yeah.
My this and that's how
more than I made in a year. You got it
how
3 months in.
Going to process to the fan. Now, if the media, like, what if I come in here and say, he's worth a house in Anchorage, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're right, he should be shooting more than 60%.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, and it's like, it's like,
how's a guy that's driving that car, living in that house, when I'm making what I'm making, and he can't freaking post up? Like, pardon my French. But seriously, it's gonna be that type of reaction.
You listen. You meant that because you went into full.
I did. I'm looking at my bank account, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. But here's the problem. Then I'm gonna swing in here and say, well, you getting paid based on the work you put in, which is the doctor's excuse. Like, that was a 15-minute surgery, and I had to pay $300,000 for that surgery. Well, you're not paying me for the surgery. You're paying me for the work I put in.
Exactly. Right.
Be able to.
If someone's paying you like what you're worth, that means they value you.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's the thing. Like, I have always been a defender of athletes. Like, I can't believe LeBron James is making this much and our teachers are making this much. That's fair. I do think teachers deserve to be paid more, but the reason they're paying him that much is because in their eyes, he's worth it.
The one percenters.
Yeah, and
he's a 1% of the humanoids.
Yeah, right.
Just ever. Like, yeah, you 1%. You prove to me that you're one of the 1% of the best teachers in the history of teaching.
Yeah,
we'll find some money for you.
We'll figure out how to get you 6 figures.
We'll figure out how to get you. Listen, you'll be writing teacher programs. You'll be designing the entire nation's academic system. You'll reinvent it. But yeah, of course, don't take on a teacher. Why would you do that? The teachers are the strongest group.
I know. My mom's a teacher. Like, yeah, like
changed the course of political history in the state of Kentucky. Just with a Thanos level snap. Point being,
they're inevitable.
There is a lot of people. There's a lot of perspectives that are going to go into the NIL question of, it's because it's like if you push the agenda that it made them less hungry, it'll fly. If you push the agenda that they're, it's name, image, and likeness, and they're still college students, and but at the end of the day, you know what? It's going to be up to the student athlete. I would tell them, if I was a mentor, I would tell them, if it concerns you about how you're going to be viewed, you act accordingly. You act like your NIL doesn't exist. You don't NIL, don't put the NIL in front of you. Don't give them that conversation. Hey, if you need, like I said, your boy, best example I've seen is the North Carolina State.
Oh,
Burns,
DJ Burns.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't and don't even answer questions about if you get a little vending machine business.
See, no, I think people like that though. I think when they see, like,
it would be nice if they, if they respected financial literacy.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, exactly. Financial literacy. Whereas, because people always get jealous when someone's peacocking and flaunting and like, oh, look at this guy with his like shiny new car. But when someone sees somebody doing something responsible, investing their money, donating to charity, something along those lines, I always think that I think they need more stories like that, because then this idea of just a bunch of kids running around like rock stars kind of goes
blowing
away.
Money, and it's distasteful.
Right. Like a lot of these kids are doing it.
If that's the impression.
Right.
And I remember that used to be the biggest, like, get off my lawn argument against NIL. And a lot of times it would be right on that line to like all these tattoos and gold chain. Ooh.
Yeah. So what do you mean by?
Yeah. Who are you talking? And for 20 years, that was the conservative undertone tagline.
Right.
But something that kind of combats that. Not that you want to tell somebody, oh, you should live your life based on being worried about that criticism. It's like, if you want to control your image, though, if you want to influence your image, if you want to, maintain, like I said, your university, your culture, you don't lead with that. Keep that NIL. Listen, we all want to peacock a little bit. We all want to.
Right.
That would probably be, I'd say that.
I'm sure DJ Burns has some nice apparel, but
if you're capable of keeping your NIL deals off the radar, if you're capable of keeping your mouth shut and your image humble.
It's like the Goodfellas thing where it's like, don't be acting stupid out here buying, cars and fancy suits, just.
Yeah. And if I see one
keep it low key.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you're asking for trouble.
Right.
You're asking for, I don't want to say trouble. You'll be asking for
attention,
a harsh level of critique.
Yeah.
Fair or unfair.
Right. And you can make the argument both ways on that.
That would be happening. Okay, Nikki, you go ahead and play us out because I want to watch the rest of this Florida-Kentucky game. Look, that Grand Slam, I'm in. I'm just being KCD. As always, 8150 93.9 is always the number. 3831 93.9 is always the text line. YouTube channels normally made for the Ville. Midday Marks, baby, 93.9 the Ville.